Each week we check out a new gun museum. We call it the Firearm Museum Tour. A big part of our gun show Loophole tour is checking out the firearms museums around the country, and we know that they're all interested in getting more visitors and more awareness. So we're going to help by featuring a new museum each week. Next up is the 45th Infantry Division Museum. Another one of my favorites, and thanks to my friend Martin Ivy, who wrote the book on AK-47 bayonets, for tuning me into this one. I never knew about it. Now, this one was created in 1963, opened in 1968. Makes it one of the oldest firearms museums we've got. It's a private collection curated by the 45th Infantry Division on one of their buildings, on one of their facilities in one of their buildings, which makes it with 660 plus firearms. It makes it one of the well, it's not the largest collection, but it's certainly not one of the smallest. It's bigger than the median, and it's a free museum. It's open every day. It's free to the public. Of course, encourage you to leave a large donation that you see fit. And these photographs are not going to do it justice. It's a definitely military firearms focused, and it's an extensive collection. It's got a sample or a specimen type of collection, and it's arranged or laid out by campaigns and eras. So again, these photographs are not going to do it justice, but it's not a very difficult museum to navigate, and you'll master the layout relatively quickly. It's simply a crazy looking circle, but it's a one path, and there's really just not too much to get confused about. And it's laid out well. The lighting is awesome. It's not too large, but it's large enough you could easily spend a day. If you're a gun person, you could easily spend a day. You're going to enjoy it. If you're relaying any types of military firearms to someone else, they're going to enjoy it. You've got the static displays outside, which I don't do justice with either with these photographs. There's a lot of static displays with aviation and artillery and vehicles. Just so much to see, so much to talk about, so much to experience. One of my favorite museums, and it's one that I've recently learned about and only visited twice or three times now. It's, again, not the largest, but it's certainly not the smallest. It's one of the oldest, and like many, is a private collection that is now curated by, well, in this case, not the state, but by the 45th Infantry Division. So very cool. And if you visited this museum, let us know in the comments, because there's so much to talk about with this one. We want to thank again our Patreons who make these kind of projects possible, who've made our tours possible. And this one being in Oklahoma City, right off the highway, very easy to visit, right off of 40 if you're going east or west, across the country, or going even north and south. You'll have an opportunity to hit Oklahoma City. There's so much more to see in Oklahoma City. Of course, the memorial, check out the Cowboy Museum, and more. There's lots of cool gun shops in Oklahoma City. And if you're going to Tulsa, let's start talking about more firearms museums. So let us know in the comments if you've been to the 45th Infantry Division Museum. If you're planning on visiting, we'll be happy to answer any questions we might be able to. Thanks again to our Patreons for making these projects possible. And as always, thanks for watching.
The guys and gals at gunwebsite.com encourage you to take a CCW course every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day.